Good morning. I am Jane from Immanuel College of Education. Today we are going to discuss about growth and development of a child. Growth growth means growth changes in body of a child such as height, weight, etc. Then development considers the mental and psychological improvement of a child. Growth and development are closely related to each other. They contribute to overall personality development of a child. Uh, what is the meaning of growth? Growth means growth is the psychological changes like physical growth of a child such as height, weight, etc. They are considered as a part of the development of a child. So growth means child's physical growth. Then what is the meaning of development? Development, the psychological development of an individual is the series of stages of improvement of process of from childhood that comes one behind two other, such as body, in mind, in intelligence, like that, based on the natural laws and psychological regulations. The development of the person is able to adapt himself with the environment. The development of an individual child include physical growth, maturity, experience that is transmitted from one generation to other. Maturity is the mental growth, just like physical growth of a person. Concepts of growth. Some following concepts are there. Growth is a continuous process and expressed in the increase in child's height, weight, breadth, muscular strength and bone strength. Child's height increases until 20 years and then there may be changes in the breadth. The size of a growth of a person depends on the heredity. Moreover, his physical strength is determined by his environment. The physical growth stops generally at a mature state. The growth has many stages in the process. The child's growth depends upon the nourishment given by the parents and care and their consents. The health of the mother and her mental dispositions also determine the child's growth. The growth of the child is determined by the factors such as heredity and environment. The growth of the child determined by the factors such as heredity and environment. The heredity of the child determines growth and her individual differences. Then what is the concepts of development? The following some concepts are there. The child's development is the totality of biological elements, structure of the body, chemical nature of the body, nutrition of the body, etc. The care of the concerns of the parents are the fundamental elements of the development of a child. Each child has different developmental needs and those needs determine the individual difference of children. Development of a child has various quantitative and qualitative aspects. Maturation and learning are the most fundamental elements of development. Then maturation depends upon the age and learning of the child and the influences of the child's development. Child's development is the integration of a mind and body and includes cognitive development, emotional development and social development. Development of a child can be measured by the standard psychological tests. Children differ in their heredity, environment and hence the development of child follows the spiral path than various aspects in it. The child's development is determined by the behavior changes during the process of development and free needs for the behavioral changes. Then we are going to discuss about principle of growth and development. What are the principles of growth and development? some principles are there. Growth and development have some principles of continuous development, principle of orderly development, principle of unique development, principle of sequential development, principle of interrelated development, principle of interaction of heredity and environment, principle of interaction of maturation and learning, principle of curriculum development, principle of differentiation of male and female child. First one, principle of continuous development. Development of a continuous process and affected negatively by diseases and defect in maturity. Development of continuous process and affected negatively by diseases and defect in maturity. Principle of orderly development means it is the process that starts from same initial stage towards the mature state and follows definite order. Principle of unique development. The infancy, all children's development starts from first one crawling, then sitting, then walking, then running. All the children's development stages starts from crawling, sitting, walking, running. Principle of sequential development. The development of child follows definite sequence. For example, height of a person attains its maximum at later adolescence period. Then principle of interrelated development. The development of growth and human being are interrelated and linked to bodily, psychologically, socially and cognitive developments. Principle of interaction of heredity and environment. The individual considered the product of a interaction between heredity and environment. Then principle of interaction of maturation and learning. The child's growth and development of the product of the interaction of maturation and learning. Principle of cumulative development. The development of a child is the cumulative effect of different stages of development. Principle of differential development of the male and the female child. It is considered that female child matures early and its body growth is faster than the male child of the same age. You consider same age, the female child matures early and its body growth is faster than the male child of the same age. Then we are going to discuss about differences between growth and development. The growth means what is growth and what is development. Growth is considered to be the quantitative increase of the child, such as height, weight, etc. What is development? It is the qualitative improvement in the totality of body structure, mental nature, etc. Growth is one of the aspects of development. Then development is the comprehensive and holistic one. Then growth, it is concerns the aspects of one's body. Development means it does not give changes in the body structure of an individual. Some aspects of growth stops when an individual attains a particular age. Does not take place in all aspects of body throughout one's life. Development takes place throughout the individual's life. Growth is quantitative in nature. Can be measured easily. Development is a qualitative in nature. It cannot be measured easily. Then growth may not occur in one or two aspects. Even if the growth stops at a particular age, the individual's intellectual, social, emotional development takes place. Individual growth can be observed easily. Individual development cannot be observed easily. Impact on nature and nurture on child development. The development of a child influenced by both heredity and nature and environment or nurture. Psychologists believe that both nature and nurture are two factors that works together in the development of a child. As to eyes of a person. These two are the eyes of the person. They also believe that elements of nature and nurture reinforce with each other, and sometimes one factor substitutes the other factor. Sometimes the heredity dominates the environments, and in some other times the environment dominates the heredity of a child. Meaning of nature heredity. Heredity is based on the child's mother and father's chromosomes, and 50% of heredity or nature of the persons in the mother's side, and the next 50% natural characters are from her father's side. The chromosomes transmit the characters or nature of the ancestors of both the mother and the father of the individual. So the nature or heredity of a child is the characters and body structure received from the ancestors and the parents of the child. Principles of heredity. The heredity of a child acts in the development and the growth. It is based on the principles. First principle, the principle of like begets like. Second principle, principle of variance. Third principle, principle of convergence of two life streams. Fourth one, principle of chance. Fifth one, principle of dominant and recessive traits. Then next one, heredity of nature traits. Next one, heredity of nature two types: physical traits, mental traits. We are knowing principles of heredity. First one, principles of like beget like. According to the principle, the parents are black in color, their children are of the same color. Similarly, if the parents are tall, their children are tall. Moreover, characters of the parents transmitted to the children through this principle. This principle says nature or heredity reveals the true nature of the particular human race in every generation. Principle of variance. கருத்து வேறுபாடு. Principle of variance. According to this principle, all characters or traits of the parents are not found in children. Some characters may found in their children. Principles of variance of two life streams. A portion of the inheritance come from mother and maternal side, and remaining portion of contributed by the father or paternal side. The children's maternal and paternal lines contributes about 50% each of the inheritance. Generally, 1/2 of inheritance come from parents, 1/4 of his grandparents, 1/8 of his great grandparents, and so on. Principles of chance. Chance plays an important role, takes place about absolute predictions. The nature of genius in chromosome, genius carried out in particular chromosomes, the cell of the units with another and maternal and paternal lines. During the cell division, called reduction division, the nature of chromosomes 46 in number, 23 from the maternal side and 23 from parent side.